Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today, we are going to be talking about Quant or QNT. This one I've been talking about for quite some time now. I actually originally did a video on this when it was around like $30 to $40. I'm sorry if I wasn't, very early on this project for you guys, but this one is still going to be making massive rounds. I think that this is a 5-digit asset, and we're going to be going in depth on why I believe so. But first off, right now we're kind of seeing a sell-off from hitting this high of about like $100. I really can't get to it, but this is actually saying that we only hit $90. We actually crossed $100 on Coinbase, as it was just recently listed on Coinbase. For anybody who wants to buy this asset, if we just come down here to the market, it's on Coinbase, Uniswap, KuCoin, Bittrex, and a few others as well. So you guys could definitely check it out. Currently about 12 million in circulation, 14.6 million in total supply. So this one's very scarce in terms of supply. It's actually less than Bitcoin. Market cap's not even at 1 billion yet. Now this one, the reason why I believe that this is going to be a 5-digit asset, 10,000 plus, is because when we look at what is happening right now in the current financial sector, we are seeing a lot of Dlts being utilized. I talked about Dlts being a big part of the future economic, crisis that we're basically in right now, where the US dollar is being massively inflated, and we do need something that is deflated. A DLT to really be brought in to help CBDCs, which are pretty much the source of fixing that inflation problem, would be the main focus point for the government. And the reason why is because, all right, say for so, we implement a CBDC, right? The big problem with currency right now, especially in the US or even around the world, is that it's very non-sustainable for the environment, one, but it is also slow and non-efficient to actually move around, to even transact with, and that is why when we talk about distributed ledgers, which we do see here, distributed ledgers, is going to be a huge pain point, or a pain relief for those pain points, I should say, especially when CBDCs are brought in, because CBDCs are going to fix those problems by being more efficient, faster, cheaper. They're going to be able to scale at a global rate, but they need to be built on a distributed ledger, and they need to utilize distributed ledger technology for efficiency, because if they're not, then they're going to be the equivalent of fiat currency, essentially. They're not going to be efficient for global use. That is why distributed ledgers are the future, and I strongly believe that they are going to be. That is why we see a lot of correlations with Hedera and basically CBDCs. We also see correlations with Ripple and a few other projects as well, like XDC as well. And a few others. Now, why does Quant play a huge role here, right? Because I kind of did a deeper dive on QNT on my channel. I actually talked about it a few times as well. Now, like I said in those past videos and stuff, this is going to basically connect all the distributed ledgers. We actually see that, connecting all the world's distributed ledgers for faster and more efficient growth. So when we talk about this, a lot of people were telling me that XRP is better than HBAR, or HBAR is better than XRP, and XDC is going to kill them all. DAG is awesome as well. When we talk about all these distributed ledger technologies, I think that they're all going to be utilized in a whole. And when I say that, it's because they're all interoperable, right? And when we talk about how they're all going to be utilized, is we see some being better than the others, or we see one having multiple other partnerships than the other, and stuff like that. Now, what could they benefit from this? It's basically connecting them for utilization of all of their statistics and their own technology. For an example, Hedera is using hashgraph technology. Hashgraph technology is significantly different than blockchain technology by being able to scale at a higher rate. For an example, when HBAR gains their unlimited transactions that they're trying to boast about and pretty much, kind of build, that will be massive for a lot of these businesses that are trying to scale. That's why I even talk about Visa and MasterCard. Now, the difference between Quant and all these other platforms that we see now, is that Quant's basically being the distributed ledger network, or DLN, for all these distributed ledgers. We even see that's why with enterprise use, we're seeing helping create a secure digital future. DLTs are going mainstream. I mentioned, DLTs are going to be huge. We see that the market is currently valued at $3 billion in 2020 and is expected to grow to $39.7 billion by 2025. I think that the value of DLTs are going to increase significantly as they are utilized more. DLTs, or DLT in general, is a massive use case, and if your project that you're invested in, for example, I know that I say for example a lot, but I'm trying to dumb it down, if you will. If you're invested in something like HBAR that has distributed ledger technology with it, that is a huge utility aspect of that coin. And we do see here, this is because it is growing as the market matures. Many users are struggling with the complexities of underlying technologies. Although the key benefits of DLT are extremely attractive, users face some significant issues in realizing them. These issues rarely prevent IT departments and organizations from running technical evaluations or proof of concept projects, but they are often a major obstacle to operating DLTs at scale. So DLTs do have the scalability problem, but to an extent, because when we even look at Hedera's DLT, it's more scalable than most out there. But it still needs to, these pain points need to be alleviated, and Quant is trying to do that as well. This is the challenges, and they do have the solution here. Well, I already kind of did a deeper dive in on these. I'm not going to pretty much mention these fully, but if you guys do want to look at that video, you guys could definitely do that. But I'm just going to capitalize on what's in bold here, because that's really the most important part here, is adding to development cost. This limits ROI, or return on investment. Forced to adopt and support the same technology. And this is going to be the overall solution. And when I talk about the solution for Quant, this is what really makes it worth the price evaluation of 10,000 plus. We do see allow developers to utilize a single mainstream language, upgrading or changing DLT types, integration between DLTs and API-based systems, individual DLT projects integrate with each other, creation of applications, the establishment of consortia. Now, I also want to say that the Overledger technology, which they're going to be talking about down here, I'm not going to talk more about this. You guys could pretty much read about this. Quant has direct connections to Corda 3, and it has a lot of connections with Hedera and other projects as well. Even if we come over to, I believe it's in their solutions, we do see that these are the solutions for most projects. Even down here, we see Ethereum, Ripple, and Bitcoin are listed under the DLN, or the Distributed Ledger Network. Now, when we talk about these DLNs, they're basically going to connect all of these assets together. Like I said, I think it's not listed here, but I believe that Hedera is also going to be listed on here at some point in time, because they are already using Hyperledger technology that Quant is already kind of utilizing as well. Or I should say they're basically, a solution, because we do see Overledger for Corda, Overledger for Hyperledger Fabric, right? So they're pretty much helping Hyperledger Fabric pretty much scale, if you will. We do see here, who is it for? Companies and developers that want to create apps which use the Hyperledger Fabric network. How does it work? Overledger provides a standard API for working with Hyperledger Fabric, so customers do not need their own Fabric nodes or to learn the low-level interfaces, formats, and cryptography that are usually involved in developing applications for Fabric. And we see why it's intended as a foundation for developing applications or solutions with a module architecture. It allows components such as consensus and membership services to be plug and play. It offers a unique approach to consensus and enables performance at scale while preserving privacy. So this basically Overledger technology, which is built under QNT, is solutions for distributed ledger technologies overall, which could help, for an example, HBAR, XRP, XDC, most of these platforms that are utilizing DLT technology to scale at a massive rate. That's why I say Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, Hyperledger Besu. It's going to help all these projects basically scale and keep that privacy level as well, and pretty much help that plug and play ease that they were talking about up here or in the enterprise main point. So when we talk about, for example, XRP being massively increasing in value, or even for example, HBAR increasing massively in value, it's going to help QNT increase in value as well, because I believe once these are all connected, these DLTs to that DLN, because that DLN aspect is huge, because we do see even the public DLT solutions all use the same standard API and formats, so adding support for more DLTs to your applications is simple and needs no new learning or infrastructure. They have direct contacts with Ethereum, Ripple, and Bitcoin. And like I said, I think that QNT is going to increase significantly in value as soon as more DLTs are brought in, or DLTs are more adopted, if you will. That is why when we even talk about unlocking the true value of DLTs at a single stroke, the Overledger DLT gateway is huge for just everything, right? We even see it here for it's going to, because it delivers interoperability across systems, networks, and DLTs securely, simply, and cost effectively without the need for new infrastructure or introducing bottlenecks. It's going to help all these DLTs really scale. It's going to really unlock the true value, if you will, of DLTs, and pretty much provide that same, world adoption globally with an ease of plug and play aspect as well. So this is basically, if you will, as we talk about XRP basically being the bridge asset for currencies, QNT is essentially the bridge for DLTs. So QNT to not be worth $10 billion plus or $100 billion plus is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, I think that this one could be a 5-digit asset in time. I think that it is a 5-digit asset. Like, I will actually make the broad claim that this is a $10,000 plus asset at the end of the day, especially when you take into accountability the circulating supply, because even at $10,000, it would only be worth $120 billion. And even when we look at the cryptocurrency market, Ethereum is worth $253 billion by itself. Tether $62.4 billion. Binance Coin is worth $47 billion almost. Cardano is almost worth $45 billion. So, and Dogecoin almost hit $100 billion this run, by the way. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight on why I think that QNT is extremely undervalued still, even at these levels. It still has a massive ROI in store for it. But yeah, I mean, I just think that this is easily worth $1,000 plus, and I think that it's a 5-digit asset, especially when we talk about it being basically the bridge for all DLTs. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm very bullish on QNT. I've been talking about it for quite some time. A lot of people already know that this is going to be a huge project. A lot of people have been buying into it with the helps of me. So if you guys are confused on how to buy it, or if you need help with it, just let me know in my DMs. I'll try to answer as many DMs as possible. But I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys can also join the free Discord down in the description below. This has been Nick. Peace out.